This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Robert Louis Stevenson once said, "The difficulty of literature is not to write, but to write what you mean." The task of poesy, in my opinion, is much harder, not only to express what one means, but write one's own thoughts and emotions according to particular stanza forms. The poem Rattler, Alert consists of 11 lines. It is hard enough to distinguish the stanza form of this poem. It is supposed to consist of 2 quatrains with rhyme looking as ABAB, so-called cross rhyme, and 1 tercet in the middle of a poem with a rhyme like za. In the poem, the pardon is used 4-line stanza, which is called a quatrain. The rhyme of this poem looks like ABBA, which is known as envelope rhyme. The next poem, Counting the Beats, presents also 4-line stanza known as quatrain. Though the first verse seems to be monohymed like AAAA, all the rest contain rhyme like ob, CCCB, DDDB, etc. In the poem, all but blind quatrain is used. Its rhyme looks like Zaxa. The peculiar feature of this poem is the first line repeated in all the rest verses. Terza Rima is a chained form with 3-line stanzas, tercets. In each stanza, the first and third lines rhyme. The second line rhymes with the first and third lines of the next stanza. There are 3 different ways of ending the poem. A final line that rhymes with the middle line of the previous stanza. A final pair of lines, both of which rhyme with the middle line of the previous stanza. A final tercet, using the same rhymes as the previous stanza, but transposed, i.e. the last 2 stanzas rhyme ABA-BAB. The example of this rhyme stanza is the poem Acquainted with the Night by Robert Frost. Acquainted with the night. I have been one acquainted with the night. I have walked out in rain and back in rain. I have outwalked the furthest city light. I have looked down the saddest city lane. I have passed by the watchman on his beat, and dropped my eyes, unwilling to explain. I have stood still and stopped the sound of feet, when far away an interrupted cry came over houses from another street, but not to call me back or say goodbye. And further still at an unearthly height, O luminary clock against the sky, proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one acquainted with the night. Do not go gentle into that good night. A villanelle is a poetic form that first appeared in English literature as imitation of French poetry. A villanelle consists of 19 lines, 5 tercets, and a quatrain. It has 2 rhyme sounds. As a rule, the first and third lines of every stanza are rhymed. The example of the villanelle is Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night by Dylan Thomas. Do not go gentle into that good night. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rage at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. The wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning they. Do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last waved by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learn, too late, they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men, near death, who see with blinding sight. Blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Did you like this formal structure of the poem's sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.